we have to play more extreme sports games. The extreme list will continue until I run out or have access to my Xbox again. So this is Skateboard Madness Extreme Edition. I didn't realize it when I was adding this game to the list. I didn't realize it until today, but this is a Phoenix Games game. For those who do not know, Phoenix Games were a publisher, I think only active in Europe, but Phoenix Games basically made the cheapest, worst garbage on the PS2, just like period. I think their PS1 stuff is kind of interesting, but their PS2 output is like straight up just like, you know, Seven Dwarves and the Seven Clever, Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys, Animal Soccer, you know, just like, remember the Yee meme from a bunch of years ago? That weird little dinosaur creature who says Yee? That was a Phoenix game. That comes from a Phoenix game. So these guys are known for large amounts of terrible shovelware, and I didn't know it, but apparently they made an extreme sports game, and now we're here playing it. So we gotta find out if this is any good or not. When I googled it. When I googled the name of this game looking for the box art, the first result was a YouTube video called Extreme Sports, or it was called Skateboard Madness Extreme Edition, a bad game. The video was called something like that. So that doesn't inspire lots of confidence, but I don't know, maybe it'll secretly be good. I'll be the judge of that. Oh man, I can't get my full 2,000 in. I can only be Tapioca 20. This is just like the same guy, but they just swapped out his hair model and stuff. Who do we play as? I kind of want to play as the bald one, I think. No, that is correct. There was not a standard edition. It is only the Extreme Edition. At least as far as I know. Game. We've got Street Race, Collector, Freestyle, and Practice. Is that seriously it? Am I gonna be doing races? Is this a secret racing game? Wait, are there only 5 levels? 3, 4... This game might only have 5 levels in it. Well, let's start with Street Race. We'll probably do Collector next. Favorite thing to grill at a Memorial Day party? I've never been to a Memorial Day party or anything like that. We never did anything like that. Hello? Oh. So, no comment on that angle, but... Although I will say, oh, I just clipped straight into that. Alright. How do I get in there? I will say I was at a barbecue like a week ago. Last weekend I was studying with some people on Saturday instead of streaming, right? And the people next door were just like having a barbecue, and they just invited us over to their barbecue in the middle of our studying. So that was cool. But I don't know. I'm cool with just like your basic like hot dogs and burgers at a barbecue, you know. I'm not gonna complain about that ever. Man, this plays like shit. I'm having a hard time landing here. Keep in mind, by the way, this is not a PS1 game. This is not only a PS2 game. This is a 2007 PS2 game. This is late PS2. The PS3 was out at this point, but, you know, some people couldn't afford a PS3 because they were poor, and so they had to play this. They couldn't afford the $599 US. And like, it's like Ken Kutaragi said at the time, people should have just gotten a second job to pay for their PS3. Yeah, if you're not like lined up perfect. Did Kazurai say that? I'm willing to just blame all weird gaffes from the era on Kutaragi because he seems like a weird character. That might have been Hirai though. It could have been. Can you even grind in this game? How do I get off? How do I get up there? Is he the one who said $599 US then? I like don't remember. I don't have like a mental image of it. I can just hear it. Yeah, okay, no, that is the quote I was thinking of. I think, maybe. I will work more hours to buy one. That's our goal. Gonna make those lazy gamers work for their PS Triple with no games. It sort of seems like sometimes you just automatically spin. Oh, level failed. Well, used up my 4 minutes there. I'm not sure how collector is gonna differ from racing, given that I'm just going around collecting things. Yeah, today the PS5... Is the PS5 even $599 or is it more? It kept getting price increases. Is it currently $599? I know there's like the PS5 Pro or whatever, which is like ridiculous. Yo, what's up, Mipolina? This is kind of working. You just have to be very careful with your inputs. No, like that spin. Where did that spin come from? I feel like when you jump, if you don't jump at like if you don't jump at like the perfect angle, then you just land at the wrong angle by default unless you do something about it. It's kind of bad. I think I'm gonna have to check the manual for this game after this attempt to see what the controls are. Stop it. Stop spinning. Damn it. If you could just jump up these stairs, that would be so good. I mean, you definitely can if you're really careful. I'm gonna go all the way over to the ramp. What the? Okay. Yeah, it sucks to see, right? Typically, game consoles would get cheaper as time went on, right? And now we live in an era where things just actually get more expensive for some reason as time goes on instead of cheaper. The whole like scheme of it has been reversed. I do not own a PS5 or anything. I don't know. The only, I mean, I really haven't bought a PS4 game in forever either, but, I kind of just play a bunch of old crap, so... Oh, I see. We have to do all three. We have to do all three thingies in the bottom right before we can unlock the next stage. I see how it is. What peeves me are games that could clearly still release on old gen and run fine. Well, a lot of stuff does. So at this point, I'm not really sure, I guess, for certain, but like Yakuza Kiwami 3 came out on PS4 in 2026. They did that. It is super cool, by the way, just nothing to do with anything, but it's sick that they're re-releasing MGS4. I don't know when that's supposed to come out, but a PC version of MGS4 is like kind of tempting, not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I just clipped straight through that. Goal time for this is 2:20. I wonder how they're gonna handle like do you think they went and got the license for iPod again? Because like reminder that this game came out in 2008, and so Snake is walking around the battlefield listening to music on his iPod. They're gonna have to go relicense that from Apple, or just change it to say MP3 player, I guess. The iPod is in, let's go. Nope, that's nothing. Oh, this game plays really weirdly. I think it might be bad. I think it could potentially be a bad game. Come on. These ones are going to be a problem, aren't they? I think I should probably focus on getting these ones first. It's hard to just get up there. Something's gotten stuck. You guys can't see anything, but my controller is just vibrating now. My controller is just non-stop vibrating on max strength on this menu. Yep, and through the load screen as well. They're not remaking MGS4, they're just doing like a modern HD port of it. But that game has not been ported since release, so it's just a little bit exciting that they're finally doing it. I can't figure out how to get that one. How do you get up there? Honestly, this entire area of the map is like a prison. It's very hard to escape from, because you don't have good control over your speed. Oh, here we go. I didn't realize that that little ramp was back there. Okay. The subtitle is nonsense, by the way. There is no non-extreme edition, as far as I'm aware. It's only extreme. What am I even looking at here? Is this correct? Man, it just feels like I've wasted my time. Like, I have to reset now. It's very hard to get these ones. Come on. You know what? I think for that one, you just have to get on top of it. Not even a PSX data center page. Wow. It's not on that page where the dude has like every single PS2 manual. I thought that existed. Is that only like... Yeah, that's all North American releases. Damn. Oh, my guy just ended that with like his face literally planted into the ground, T-posing upside down. Yeah, those spins. Sometimes you just get these really long spins that you didn't input. It's really unhelpful. You like can't stop them. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool lip trick. The literal head plant. It'd be like the what is that? What was that trick? Like the Basque Master from Surfroid. Just insane looking fake trick. Only 18 out of 23, huh? This is actually, like, not gonna be easy. 20 out of 23. I think I'm gonna need, like, a proper route for this. That's... Damn. Not that that was, like, a clean run or anything, but, damn. This might require a little bit of effort. I hope there's more than just this one song in the game, by the way. I'm not sure that there's gonna be. Hopefully the other levels will have a different song in them. Cool. I just went over the top of it. Come on, really? Yeah, no shadow at all on... Oh, okay, I'm out of bounds. Just went straight through that wall. There's like a little... You see how there's a little corner there? You can sneak out through it. Oh, and then I kind of went right through that as well. This game might win the least solid geometry award. It's a bit crazy how easily I'm clipping out of bounds, just by accident. What am I missing? Oh my god, it's right there. Hang on. There we go. So that's that. Yeah, that's still locked. We gotta do freestyle now. Are they gonna, like, score me? I hope this is a one-stream game. If not, we'll have to come back tomorrow and finish it off, but it depends on how hard it gets, I guess. You might be busty tomorrow. Alright. This isn't getting me anything. Doing tricks doesn't actually... How do I get score? Hang on. Ah, okay, you have to do the trick on a jump like that. Well, this appears to be the worst thing ever. How... It doesn't seem like there's a combo system. Or tricks getting stale, for that matter. Or any incentive to not just do the same high-scoring trick over and over again. Actually, I don't know that you can do the same trick over and over again. But grabs are clearly better than flip tricks. I'm getting like over double the points for the same exact input, essentially. You also don't get more points for holding the trick. Well, I got my goal score, but it looks like I might have to wait here for 10 minutes for this to end. The goal time in the corner says 10 minutes. I think we're gonna be here for literally 10 minutes waiting for this timer to end so that it can tell me that I won. What do they want me to do for score, aside from this? What do they expect to happen? How is the goal score only 3,500? It makes me feel like I found an exploit or something when this is just clearly the thing that anyone would do. Yeah, there's no end early option there in the menu either. What if I press like select? Nah, it doesn't do anything. Do the shoulder buttons do anything? No. Ooh, triangle does in-air tricks. Okay, there's like a third class of trick. but they're bad, so I'm not gonna do them. They're not as good as the tricks you do with the circle button. Well, I mean, I got 3,500. I'm gonna see if I can figure out if grinding works. I feel like they put rails in this game for a reason, right? You have to be able to grind. And it might just be, like, janky. Ah, it's circle. Grinding is on circle. And yeah, you get like pathetic points for it. Oh, okay, I was just diagonal there for a second. But yeah, I think we're pretty much stuck sitting here for the next 6 minutes. So, how's everyone doing? Oh yeah, hold up. Now that I don't, hang on, I have to show you something important. Now would be a good time to do this. Let's see, do I have this, I know I have this somewhere on my computer. Now that I no longer live there, where is this? I might have to scroll kind of far up. I have to scroll really far up. Oh, I guess I just never posted it. Alright, hang on then. Alright, do that. Come here. Alright, check this out. Literally, check this out. I was, so where I was living in Oklahoma, right? Across the street from me every day, check this out. I took a picture of this a while ago, but I couldn't share it until now. I have to shrink this a lot. Hang on. Yeah, check this out. It's a tree. Hang on. Check this out. Look at this sign that was across the street from where I lived. It's the Oklahoma Regional Pikachu variant. It's Pika Horse. This is just like, for the record, this is just like a trailer repair place, or it's like a trailer rental and repair store on the side of a highway, and then they just have Pika Horse out front. This is kind of amazing. Yeah, I imagine they put this up during Pokemon Go, like, Mania in 2016. I bet they were like a Pokestop or whatever. That's my best guess. That's what I was thinking. Oh wait, thank you, Y Salamiri, for the 57 months, and a Cheese Boy for the 36. I appreciate it a ton, you guys. Hope both of you are doing excellently. Just kind of an interesting thing that I saw. I have all kinds of pictures, but most of them are lame. There was this, well, I never got a picture of that. The dude who lived down the street from me, who had like all kinds of weird exotic animals in the front lawn in front of his trailer. I never managed to get a good picture of that because it was kind of a highway, so I could never like slow down and get a picture of this guy's lawn. But when I first moved in, he had like these white peacocks and like swans and stuff on his front lawn, And then they disappeared, and then ever since then he's had bunnies and chickens and a goat hanging around on his lawn, so that's cool. He's got the goat. But not really sure what that guy's deal is. But I have lots of pictures of animals in random places. I was stopped at a red light on the highway because, well, I mean, I guess it's not a highway if it has a red light on it, right? Like, definitionally or whatever. But it was a really busy street, and I was stopped at a red light on it, and there was just like a cat chilling on the median in the center of the highway, so I took a picture of him the other day. I've got a lot of random bird pictures. Oh yeah, I was at the mall yesterday, killing time, waiting for my hotel to be available. And the mall, well, it was like the mall was very not dead. It wasn't a dead mall or anything, but it had a lot of like weird storefronts in it that are like not normal for malls. But they had like a really crap looking zoo. And in the window, they just had like a giant turtle chilling in the window. I tried to get a picture of him, but there was so much reflection on the glass that the picture like sucks. But saw a big turtle yesterday because of that. Pretty cool. That's what like all of my pictures from out here are. Mostly just random birds and things that I saw around and took pictures of for some reason. That's what I'll have to remember the Oklahoma experience by. Alrighty, well, level 2 unlocked. Time to see if this game has a third song in it or not. I think it probably will. I was gonna say, low-key, it would be like slightly compelling to speedrun this, but no it wouldn't. There's a 10-minute auto-scroller in it. Oh my god, 61 checkpoints. Yeah, I'm starting to think this game might actually be bad. It might possibly be bad. I mean, if you think about it, like, there's this mode, right? Like, think about the game. There's this mode where we're trying to get the arrows in time, right? And then there's collector mode, which is just getting the arrows, but you can get them in any order you want in time. Oh crap, this is wrong. And then there's score mode, which is score. So really, this game has like one mechanic in it. And it's collecting the thingies before the time limit runs out. I did take a lot of wildlife photos. Okay, you can kind of like sideways jump up the stairs if you're good about it. I don't actually know who made this. I think Phoenix Games was just a publisher. I don't think they actually made anything. So I'm not sure who made this. Hard to get up the stairs. There we go. You can kind of You have to be really tricky about it. Look at that. It seems like the play is probably to, like, grind up the stairs using those rails that they provide you, right? I think that's what they actually want you to do. But that just, like, isn't working. I just clipped right through it. Oh, okay. I mean, that was just like a clip right through a flat face of a wall. That wasn't even like a weird angle or anything. Huh, maybe they did develop it themselves. I kind of thought they were a publisher, but I'm probably just wrong. Like, I know that, I think PMC Trilogy has played 1 or 2 games in PS Explosion that were published by Phoenix Games for PS1, and those games were just, like, dirt cheap localizations. Just, like, you know, budget releases of Japanese games. Where they, like, ripped all of the content out for no reason. Sorry, the pip. I don't know why I said PS Explosion. It's been a minute. It's been more than a minute, but yeah, pip. Yeah, like, did they develop those? Like, I feel like those weird, like, terrible cartoon games were, like, not. Like, they published those. At least is my impression. Yeah. Well, at least I'm first trying this. 61 checkpoints, man. What happened to them? To make them no longer German. Oh, they're closed, that's why. I thought you meant that they had, like, moved or something. Hello? Hello? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? What is this? The camera got, like, stuck underground or something. It can't escape. And yeah, they did spell collector wrong, I think. Right? Hang on. Collector. Yeah, with an O. This is collector as in, like, collect, collector, and collectist. Hey Pixel, this game is quite bad. I'm kind of interested in it. We're gonna see this through to the end for sure. I really hope that it rolls credits at the end and something interesting happens. But this game is clearly awful. It's a bit of a shame, because, like, think about it. Like, we've played a number of sort of budget releases. Just, like, weird, cheap stuff in the Xtreme list, right? Like, think about Burst Trick Wakeboarding. That's a simple 1500 game. So they were selling that for 1500 yen. And yet that game is just, like, so much more well-made than this one. And it's just like, well, why can't all budget releases just be Burst Trick Wakeboarding? Where it's like, sure, that game didn't have a ton of content, but what was there was clearly, like, not bad. I'm just gonna get all of the stuff on this upper level, because it's kind of annoying to get up here. Yeah. Yeah, why can't everything simply be good? But, like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, what I mean to say is that there's no excuse. Like, this is a budget release, but it's no excuse for the game being bad. Because we've played a number of budget games that made something much better than this, and this is, like, sort of shocking in how not well made it is. Like, not just that the game's not fun or anything, but specifically in, like, how easy— wait a minute, hang on, we have something to investigate in that corner. Are those square pumpkins? Are these, like, cubic pumpkins? Look at this. Oh, they're boxes, never mind. I was really hoping those were pumpkins for some reason. Every bad game is made by evil people? Maybe. It's kind of just like, I mean, I agree though. I mean, not really, but like, I kinda agree though. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. The Burst Trick Wakeboarding people, you know, they made a budget game, but that's like an honest budget game. This is like a dishonest budget game. This is like a scam. This is like, how can we turn out the quickest, cheapest piece of crap that we can, and then sell it and make people give us their money for it, you know? The Burst Trick Wakeboarding people were honest. Well, if the goal for this is 4,000, it's another 10-minute timer. Hang on, we gotta go find the smaller bowl to do this in. Yeah, well, the mountain bike game was kinda good. I mean, it wasn't like good, but I'll defend Mountain Bike Adrenaline. I know that we found that blog post from the developer where he was like, the game was bad, unfortunately. But, I kind of think that Mountain Bike Adrenaline is, like, not actually bad. The strengths of the game were definitely in, like, the obstacle course elements of it, more so than the scoring elements. Like, trying to complete an obstacle course on your kind of wonky bicycle was I think, fun. Why did I get no points for that? Oh, and then it just— did you see— wait a minute, did you see that? It just kept the combo alive after I landed and threw a second jump. So then when I landed, it gave me like 6 tricks in one combo. Not that you get anything for doing a combo, but kind of interesting. Something about the landing, like, didn't count as a landing. Oh, it happened again. Yeah, then there you go, I get all 6 tricks in one. Yeah, but like that was a budget game, and honestly, I feel like they delivered a lot of content for the budget. Like if that was a budget release, Mountain Bike Adrenaline, we got 65% game completion to unlock whatever it was, to unlock like free roam mode, and then we called it there. But if you were going for 100%, like getting all the golds and stuff, I think there's a lot of hours of actual fun to be had there. So I'll defend Mountain Bike Adrenaline. I don't think that game's bad. I feel like the developer guy who admitted that the game had problems, like that guy needed context. That game released in 2007, same year as this one. And like with a little bit of added context, he would see that his game is actually pretty good. Anyway, I mean, we've got like we're about to triple the goal in only a third of the amount of time, so... Yeah, we've now got 3 times the amount of score I needed in 1/3 the amount of time they gave me to do it. If the game had dynamic difficulty, then the next requirement would be like 15,000 points in 1 minute, and that would be fine by me. That kind of just bounces you backwards. What if I like land in there? Yeah, honestly, multi-gaming with this one. You just have to put it down and play something else for like 10 minutes while we wait for the timer to expire. Maybe I can make everyone leave by yapping about ATC stuff for 10 minutes. Oh, I didn't know you could grind on that. You can grind on this? Hang on, so can you... I wonder if you can like do some kind of technique for stair climbing if you just like mash the grind button. Wait, I have a better idea now, hang on. We go to a long rail like this. Infinite point generation. Ah, I fell off. If I could find some spot where you could keep it up, that would be perfect. It's a little bit out of my control. But it does feel like if you could just get this a little bit more consistent, it might be better points per hour compared to actually doing tricks. Like, look how many 3s and 2s are just popping out. Really, the problem is the crashing. Yeah, well, I think this'll make pretty much anything look like a masterpiece by comparison. This is sort of like a can't believe they actually released this type of experience. Oh, if you crash, you still get to keep your points from the grind. That's weird. Like, if I just did this for points, we just bounce back and forth between the rails like that. I don't think so. I don't think this is worth it. It's too, there's too much, like, weird overhead in the turning around and stuff. I'm not yet, not until Tuesday, but I did move into a hotel because I accidentally didn't book my housing long enough, so I am in a hotel until Tuesday. But then on Tuesday, I begin the 22-hour car ride back to New Jersey, which is gonna take me several days. I'm planning to get home like Thursday evening, is I think the way it's gonna work out. Wow, this level looks so unique compared to the last one. Look at that, beautiful. It's just gonna be the exact same, isn't it? Except with like different, like same assets, different arrangement. Yeah, no rush really. I have to be home basically by Saturday. This is pretty different. Oh man, look at that city in the background. These cube buildings. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty boring trip too. It does, it goes through a number of major cities, which when I first saw that, I was like, oh, how exciting. I'm gonna go through all these major cities I've never been to before. But thinking about it for more than 1 second, I was like, oh yeah, that is what highways are for, isn't it? Connecting major cities, so it should come as no surprise to me that, that I'll be going through a bunch of cities. But also, to be honest, I'm taking the northern route because the northern route's like an hour faster, but the southern route is much more exciting in terms of sightseeing. The southern route, you go through like Memphis, you go through Nashville, you go through, I think a few places in Arkansas, and then you kind of go up through like Virginia and stuff. The northern route is like, either way we're going through Tulsa, which is cool, but then it's like, the northern route's gonna be like Tulsa to like Springfield, Missouri, and then like across the entirety of Missouri to get to St. Louis, and then from St. Louis to Indianapolis, and then from there, we basically dodge south of Pittsburgh, and then go across all of Pennsylvania, and then it meets up with the southern route at Harrisburg in Pennsylvania, and then from there, it's just across to New Jersey. That's kind of how we're doing it, or I say we, how I'm doing it. I'm gonna be by myself this whole time. Oh yeah, also Columbus, Ohio is happening. I flew down there for like, it has to do with like logistical reasons. Like, I would happily just tank the financial hit and just fly back and then ship the car again like I did coming down here. But the problem is you have to like plan that sort of thing ahead of time. And technically I didn't know what day I would be driving back on because I didn't know if I was gonna fail or not. So we couldn't make the driving back plans ahead of time. So because of that, I kind of have no choice but to drive back. I would have had to plan it like a couple weeks in advance to make that whole thing work. So I'm driving it back. But yeah, under the skin, I did graduate the ATC Academy, and the whole thing is like, what they say about it is that basically everything we've been doing up till this point is just kind of fake. Like, it's sort of real, but it's sort of also not real, in the sense that all of the procedures will be different in the field. And the whole purpose of the last 4 months was basically just to prove that we could learn how to do it, which is a bit depressing, because, I don't know, I worked hard on that, and I was talking to planes and shit, and then they're just like, no, so it turns out that's not actually how you do it, and it's like, oh, great. But I did graduate. I came third in my class, which is a little disappointing to me, to be honest with you. Of the 13, well, okay, so we had 14 people at the very start. One guy failed out in basics, which was back in February, so then we were down to 13. And of the 13 who made it to the end, 10 graduated, so there were 3 people who failed, unfortunately. But of the 10 graduates, I was in third for my final score, which is kind of like, I don't know, it's not a competition, but it is a competition, you know? It's not a competition, but it also just kind of fucking is. I wanted to do better than that. I kind of massively choked. I feel really bad. The way it works is that, most of your final score is determined by final evals, where you do 3 simulation runs, 3 45-minute simulation runs, and those are worth 66% of your final grade, 22% each, right? And I totally choked the first one. I got a 78 on it, which is like better than a lot of people could manage on any runs, but still like a total fucking choke. And it was like the dumbest thing too. It was like this stupid mistake that like I had never made before, and then I did it. And then I also lost like 10 points on top of that due to like this other stupid mistake where I just forgot a plane existed. Like there was a dude on the ground requesting clearance to depart or whatever, and I couldn't do it right away because of reasons. So you give him an expect departure clearance time, right? You know, November 124, expect departure clearance 0020 AB. That's what you say. But like, I gave it to him, and then I just like forgot he existed. And then like 20 minutes after that departure time came and went, I was like, oh shit, he still exists, doesn't he? And he's just been waiting on the ground for like half an hour for me to call him back. That's kind of bad. And then I was so worried about that, and I realized it in the middle of a different clearance that I then gave the other clearance wrong. So I just choked away like a massive amount of points on that, so that's why I ended up doing poorly. But I still came in third. The other runs were, I think, a 91 and a 93 or something like that, so pretty good. Pretty good. They both had stupid mistakes that I shouldn't have made on them, too. Forgot to say, stopped for traffic on one guy. Like, oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't say the thing that they could have just fucking seen in the data block if they had eyeballs. Like, whatever. Whatever. Well, one mistake that I made, on the run that I got a 78, I did get an A1, which is a separation error. So, no planes actually crashed, but technically I did violate Fort Worth Center's airspace. Or, no, I violated 67. It was 67 that I would have upset with that move. So, had things been different, I could have caused a crash, but I didn't. Low-key kind of mad at it. Like, here's the thing, though. It's not a competition, right? But also it kind of was, because I heard the guy who ended up with the top score, like, talking shit earlier on in the day about how, like, nobody could possibly beat him. He's like, I'm the best. No one here could possibly beat me at this point. And that's just, like, when someone says that about you, you just want to beat them, right? I wanted to make him eat his words, but then I choked the first run, and so it didn't happen. But he was right, I couldn't beat him. But also, like, screw you, man. I wanted to beat him. So to me, it was a competition. I don't know, that guy's Nepo anyway. Like, okay, guy whose dad is an air traffic controller, sure, and who worked as a remote before coming here. Like, okay, Nepo, past experience, whatever, dude. Basically cheated. Didn't actually, but that's basically tantamount to cheating. No, nobody could only be there because of nepotism. You do, you know, it is entirely, what the? Alright. It is entirely, skill-based, you know. So, you can't only be there because of nepotism, but there were a number of people in my class who had, like, ATC parents and stuff, and people would bring it up sometimes. Because it's just like, I don't know, it did make all of the instructors like those people more. I will say that. They benefited from the instructors liking them more. And like, oh, who's your father? Oh, it's him. I remember him. Wow, that's crazy. You're his son? Wow, okay. And then they grade you really nicely. Whereas for someone like me, they're just like, I am afforded no such familiarity bonus. And they were not nice. Well, this is not first try. This map kind of seems like a big sprawling mess, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I like this level. Oh, cool, you can just do that. You can just do that to get that one. I feel like I spend too much time falling off the skateboard. It's like several seconds every time you do it, but it's just sort of out of my control. Because the game's not very good. Like, I didn't input that spin. You just spin automatically sometimes. I did manage to get out of there without anyone finding out about my stream, though, thank God. They did find out about this other kid's stream, and they were, like, bugging him about it the whole time. Meanwhile, he didn't stream the whole time he was here. I was streaming every weekend, and they were like, you're gonna go back to streaming now that you passed, bro? You're gonna stream? I gotta follow the stream. And I was just like sitting there thinking like, please don't find out about me. Please no one check my Discord profile. It's just like video games, bro, right? Video games. It's just like, it's killing me. No one ever asked. No one ever asked, so... I didn't have to have a cover story. I'm a very unfriendly person, to be honest with you. I just give off unfriendly vibes that make people not talk to me. I did socialize with my class a bit. I studied with them on a number of occasions, especially during non-radar. Non-radar really benefited from studying with a second person who could run the problem with you. But to be honest with you, I think they massively overhyped the importance of studying in groups. Literally everyone was like, you gotta study in groups. Nobody passes unless they study in groups. Groups. You need to be in a group. You need this. You gotta study with people. I think all of my valuable study time was done by myself. I did study with other people a number of times, but I feel like I kind of never got much out of it. And actually, of my study group, half of them are that they failed. The people who failed were the people who were in that group. The people who passed did not want to study with me and never asked. I don't know how to feel about that. I wonder if I made them fail somehow. I don't know how that would even be possible. But I did end up studying with all of the people who failed. Don't know what that's about. Look at how far I have to go to, like, get around. What the? I wasn't even feeding them false info. I fed them correct info. Something is deeply janky about these bushes. And now I'm all the way back over here. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like I don't know. It was all the people who were actually nice to me and invited me to study with them and things like that. They're the ones who all ended up failing. It just makes me sad. Well, I think this was worse than last time in the end. What? Man, this is gonna be really hard. This level is just kind of like too physically massive. Where does this put you? It puts you so far away sometimes when you crash. It's like really punishing, actually. It's like I couldn't even tell that that wasn't just a flat floor. It just looked like floor. And then when you went up it, it actually ended up being a ramp. And then that happened. You know, I don't know what they want me to do about that. I've never gotten this one before, so all of those attempts were just doomed to fail because I didn't have this one all the way back here. Okay, yeah, grinding is definitely slow and bad. Don't do that. There's one back there that I'm missing, apparently. Where is that thing? Oh, it's just right here. It's just sitting there. There's like stuff up here as well. Hang on, can I get up onto this block? I don't think I can. Sure if I've gotten this one in the past. Might have been skipping that. Alright. But like, this level is just too big. It takes like a full minute to get around to this other area of it. It's really weird how they designed it. Unless you can... No, like it's not... I think that area is completely cut off, because look at these walls. You actually have to go like all the way up this ramp and around to get to the last like 9 of them or something. It takes like a full minute. Yeah, I'm not pressing anything to make this happen. By the way, your guy just does go max speed for pressing nothing. Normally you'd have to like charge up a jump for that or something, I feel like. In this game, you just go. Man, I got the auto spin. That's so unfortunate. I think this is still a failed attempt anyway, but it's closer. It's closer to what we want. Like, if I didn't spend that time investigating stuff, I really want to know what happens if you get the level failed screen and then collect the 30, like the final one, in the game over screen. I really want to know if something weird happens. I think we've got it this time, though. I feel like I know where everything is, and I've got a good handle on how to get it. Oh, what's up, Tager? Have you played this before? Are you... I'm very sorry to hear that if you have. I've played way too many Phoenix games at this point. I wonder if anyone out there has ever done like a playing all Phoenix games thing, where they streamed every Phoenix game. I think that's a viable idea for, like, YouTube clickbait. Hear me out, right? The video title is, like, I played every Phoenix game, and then the thumbnail is, like, the Yi dinosaur with the text, worst publisher ever. Something like that. Work in progress, but, you know, just trying to work out my YouTube thumbnail here. Worst publisher ever? Question mark. The question mark is key. Circle around... Yeah, I don't know about the circle around the Yi dinosaur, but definitely an arrow pointing to their logo. You know, I think the title should actually be playing every game by the worst developer of all time. Something like that. We don't say Phoenix in the title, because people don't necessarily know that. Once they get into the video, then we say it's them. But their logo would be in the thumbnail for sure. Where am I going now? Is 25 even the correct number? I guess it is. A speedrun of London Cab Challenge, crashed several times, was pretty fun. London Cab Challenge. I mean, I do kind of love playing garbage. There we go. And now, the stupid part. Actually, is there... No, yeah, there is a bowl we can use. I was just in it. We're just going to go to that bowl and then do it. I don't know what they were thinking with the time limits on these. 10 minutes to get 4,500 points is just... Legitimately, what were they thinking? I will say, though, this is something I like about the game. The Bald Dude's t-shirt looks like the Jazz Cups. It looks like he's wearing the Solo Cup design. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it to up and down because it doesn't change your angle. Even though technically right plus circle is the best trick in the game, I think. Because it's 130. I think this might be my first ever Phoenix game, though. Obviously, I've known about them for a long time, but it's not usually my, you know, not within my, like Phoenix games mostly did PS2 garbage and, like, PS1 garbage, I think. So it's not usually, like, within my things that I do. And yeah, they're like pretty much mostly PAL only as well. And I mean, if you start to get into PAL PS2, that's just like... You're going to be playing the PS2 Lassie game, you're going to be playing the PS2 Beverly Hills Cop game. It's just like, there's just a lot of... Like, I don't know why it is that way, but there just is a lot of that. So I've never really messed with it. And we are gonna play the Miami Vice game, of course, because that was on Xbox. Somehow that got an Xbox release, even though that is so, like, spiritually PS2 shovelware. Whoa. Not sure what happened there. I was looking away. Man. This is so lame that they make you wait 10 minutes. This is actually awful. I don't know, maybe if I can find a long enough grind. Hang on. Also, I wanna yeet myself with the bushes. Hang on. Let me up. Yeah, I'm just emulating. I don't know if you know this, Tager, because I feel like we don't, I feel like I don't see you that often, but I have temporarily moved to Oklahoma City for work-related stuff. I'm actually moving back on Tuesday, so I'm in my last weekend in Oklahoma, but while I'm out here, I don't have access to, like, any of my normal streaming stuff, so I am emulating this on my laptop, and I'm currently streaming from hotel Wi-Fi. Though I will say the hotel Wi-Fi is holding up pretty good so far. I don't think I've dropped a single frame. Yeah, 0 dropped frames. To be honest with you, I am glad to be leaving. And I think everybody feels that way who was in my class. You know, I've been here since February, start of February, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk too. I mean, I have talked lots of shit over time about it, but it's not for me. Man, you can get a really long grind going. Hang on, so that was like, what, 330 points from doing this grind? If I spam, can we get more than 330 points? No. So I think spamming is never better than just doing a grind normally. Really? You can notice without seeing the game which... There's like something different about the discs. But yeah, I could definitely just grind back and forth on that and it would work. Whoa. That's what I was trying to do. There's just like a launcher in that bush there or something. You like clip into the wall and then it shoves you out. I don't think this is a CD game. I think the compressed size was like 700 something, which would mean that the uncompressed size would be larger than a CD. They sound really loud, huh? Do what, Chris? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. It seems like there's just weird collision in that wall that'll sometimes just knock you down and sometimes just send you flying up. Like that. Oh, is it a CD game? Okay. Well, there you go then. This is a CD game. I mean, it looks like... Obviously, it doesn't look exactly like a PS1 game because it doesn't have, like... You know, the textures are too good. The character model is too high poly. You know, there's no wobbly vertexes. There's no texture warping. So it doesn't actually look like a PS1 game, but I feel like the level environments are PS1 game caliber, you know? Like, they're very sparse and very flat. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. I know that back in the day, devs used to do stuff like that. Like, the data that would be accessed, I don't know if everyone was doing this, but devs would do things like make it so that the data that would be accessed most often would be around the edge of the disk. because around the edge of the disc you've got a higher linear speed, so you've got actually better read speed around the edge of the disc than you do in the center. So like all the important core engine stuff that has to be loaded into memory would go off the edges, and then you'd pad out the center. That was level 3. There's still 2 more? Yeah, 2 more. Aw, man. They're reusing the songs. Only 17 checkpoints is a little bit ominous. A minute 50 to get 17 checkpoints. Yeah, at least the winning run will be short, you know? Something mercifully short after that 10-minute long sitting around session. Also, this level just in general seems way smaller, doesn't it? We're in like a really tight enclosed area. Like, this is actually kind of a decent stage. Also, yeah, that was really easy. I thought the level would be a bit larger, and then maybe it could have been a problem, but nah. How bad could Collector be, though? Like, if that's the whole level, how bad could anything be? Oh my god, only 1 minute? I'm trying to not jump unless I absolutely have to, because I feel like it makes me less likely to crash. And you mostly don't have to jump. Your guy does sort of automatically get really good height off of quarter pipes without jumping. Oh no, that auto spin just screwed me. We would have had it. Aw, man. I wasn't pressing anything and he just started spinning. It's like if you go in with too much of an angle or something, maybe, is how it happens. This might be going a little better so far. Oh no, really? Ugh, no, never mind, this is bad. Come on. And then... there we go. Wait, there's still one more. It's right here. Okay. I miscounted. Yo, Paul W.S. Anderson. Thank you a ton for the 15 months, dude. Paul W.S. Anderson. Anyway, now we're back to sitting around for 10 minutes. Let's see, what can I loop on? I think right here, maybe? No? Maybe right here? The challenge might be, is there a half pipe here that I can actually use? Yeah, there is right here. Okay, never mind. If one of these levels ever didn't give me a half pipe or a long rail, we might be in trouble. Yeah, I also really want to know what happens at the end of the game. I'm hoping it'll roll credits, but it also wouldn't surprise me if it didn't. I feel like it's a 50-50 shot. We get some kind of super cheapo credits FMV with like just this song playing over it or something. It's like 50% that, 25% nothing, just nothing happens, and 25% you just get like a JPEG that says congratulations. Really? Did they not like to put credits in their games? Are they ashamed of their deeds? Credits are probably in the manual, but apparently the manual hasn't been scanned for this game, so we'll never know. Oh no, do you own an actual copy of this? Man, do you have Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys? I like that one. There's just an invisible wall for that corner. I wonder if I would get more points for doing a 180 with a trick. Let me try this. If I do, like... No. You don't even... Not only is it incredibly risky, but you also don't get more points. Yeah, not much interesting to do or explore in this level, but We're gonna be sitting here for another 5 minutes. I kind of like the skybox in the background, like the city. I kind of wish we could get like a better view of it. It would be really cool to like do a sick trick that lets you escape the skateboard park and then like skate around in the background among like the really low poly, like blurry textures, buildings and stuff. Skate around back there. There's some way to break out of here. Ooh. Hang on. I jumped on like... I managed to jump off the top of like this railing. That seems like that was kind of hard to do. I don't know if I'm gonna get that to happen again. Where is it? This is the turtle that I took a picture of yesterday, but as you can see, the glass is just way too reflective, so it's not a very good turtle photo. But this turtle was just in the window of a mall store. He was kind of walking around. Mostly you just see the reflection of the floor, though, on the glass. It's hard to see the turtle, but there he is. Here's the cat that I saw on the highway. I was just like waiting at a red light under an overpass, and there was just this black cat looking back at me. So that's pretty cool. It was just like, I don't know. He was just like on the median in between, like, there's like 3 lanes on either side of this. This is like a 6-lane highway. And he was chilling there in the middle. Coyote ran out in front of me out of nowhere when you were biking. Jeez. Coyote. That is not a plane. That is just a cat. Common mistake people often make is but yeah, no. That's just a cat. I did see, hang on. Now I gotta get this picture. My only plane picture from my entire time there. I was driving to work one day and I saw this plane. It's one of those, I think this is called an E3TF. It's one of those like radar planes with the big thingy sticking out the top of it. There's not that many of these, but one of them was in Oklahoma at some point, and I was driving and I saw it, and I was stopped at a red light, so I took a picture of it because I thought it was cool. But that's my only plane photo. It's used for, like, I don't know exactly. Hang on. It is one of these. I think they, like, use it for doing stuff. Crazy, right? I know. And all the music in this game is like actually just 10-second loops. Oh god. Okay, yeah. That angle was really steep. Sure. This level's also not that big, so this shouldn't be that hard, and this is the last level in the game, so once we do the 3 tasks here, we're done. We're gonna get our probably nothing. I'm gonna adjust it. If Tager says these games don't typically have credits in them, I say 50% chance of literally nothing happening when we beat this level. Like, maybe this text here will just say game completed, you know, and that'll be it. But even that might be too much. I could kind of see it just being literally nothing. Would have loved a better reset option. That'll do. Oh, come on. You gotta be lined up so perfectly. For real. There are 5. This is level 5. Each level has 3 different objectives in it. There's getting the arrows in under a certain amount of time, then there's getting the skateboards in under a certain amount of time. The arrows have to be collected in a certain order, but the skateboards can be collected in any order. And then the third one is getting a certain amount of score within 10 minutes, which is really, really easy. And they make you sit there for the full 10 minutes. And that's it. Once you've done those 3 goals on every level, it's over. Probably. I guess I can't actually say with certainty that it'll be over, but it'll probably be over. Well, that's unfortunate. 39. Or 30 out of 31. A lot of falling over going on there. Hey, Leah. I'm having a great time. This game's great. Not sad at all. That sucks. Like, that auto spin, I didn't even come at that at a weird angle. I don't know what causes that to happen, or like, what were they thinking? You don't even get more points for doing spins. Spins are just only bad. You don't want to be spinning. Yeah, it's quote-unquote extreme. It's like if they put a citation needed Wikipedia thingy on their box art. Alright. Now we just have to wait for 10 minutes, and then we'll find out what the ending of the game is. Looks like it will be sub 2 hour, yeah. Assuming the timer, those 10 minutes, like the timer doesn't run slow or anything. I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. Yeah, there's definitely not gonna be like better points per hour in the game than this. Being able to get 300 points more than 300, it's like 350 every 10 seconds or so is very strong. Man, something is messed up about this half pipe though. I keep falling out of it. Maybe if I do like here. Maybe if I just don't press the jump button. I just let the game automatically send me up. This is actually better. No, Alright, something's just messed up about this half pipe, and sometimes he falls out of it. I'm still gonna get the points anyway, it doesn't matter. I have 10 minutes to do this. I still haven't technically landed yet. There we go. I could have theoretically just... Hang on, I have an idea. I think I'm in a combo right now. I think if I just sit here and spam kickflips, they're all gonna count for one combo when I land my next trick off of the quarter pipe. And I'm kind of curious what that does, if there's like a lot of tricks in the combo. Not really, Theo. There's no multiplier, but it will list all of the tricks you did in the top left corner when you land it. So if I do all of this... Yeah. Nope. It kind of seems like it just doesn't count. I was thinking earlier at the start of the playthrough that it didn't count tricks done not on quarter pipes, but it looks like it looks like landing from a quarter pipe is what causes your tricks to get cashed in. And so all of this is actually just one combo that we're racking up. These are all sort of unlanded kickflips that are going into some kind of, like, what I'm really wondering is, if I sat here and spammed kickflips long enough, would it crash the game due to some kind of overflow from doing too many kickflips and the combo being too large? You know? No, we're gonna get sub 2 hours by a few seconds. We're not actually, because I'm not gonna instantly smash stop the timer the second this thing hits 10 minutes. So it's probably gonna be like 2 hours, 0 minutes, and 15 seconds or something. But this level should finish just before the 2 hour mark. I think there might be some kind of cap, to be honest, because it looked like I did way more kickflips than were being counted last time I landed one of these. It might. That's worth checking, but I think that a quarter pipe land is safer. Grinding is kind of jank. Wow. But like that, I feel like that wasn't enough kickflips. I feel like I did more than that. I wonder if, like, these quick ones don't count. Like, something like that. Like, maybe the trick is being reset and it's not counting. Like, that only counted as 3 kickflips. We clearly did way more than 3. So there was a quickie. Now let's do a quarter pipe land and see if that was a kickflip. That was not a kickflip. Okay, so a kickflip has to be the full animation like that. We have to get like a high jump and then land it. I think that's what the problem is. I think our jumps just weren't high enough. I'm being a bit not so careful. We're probably not going to be able to get another good game crash attempt here. But I do kind of wonder, like, would the game crash, because it's clearly storing every trick we do in some kind of buffer. And I feel like the game is kind of broken in its behavior, to where we can fit infinite tricks into one combo as long as we play a bit carefully. And if that's the case, it feels like it should probably be possible to overflow that buffer with doing too many tricks. Like, there's no way they caught that, right? Because there's no way they expect you to be able to do this many tricks in a combo. This does make me really wish that there was a multiplier, though, because the multiplier would be absolutely insane if we landed this with this many tricks in it. Right? Yeah, but then we would go off the quarter pipe and we would do like our 300-point tricks, or like our 110 or 120 or 130 or whatever. And then that would be like times 500. Alright, I think it's time to land this. We're at 930. That's pretty good. It's still a little disappointing, but definitely, we've definitely figured out what makes kickflips count or not. A new level unlocked. Is there another level? There's not another level on the menu. No, there's not another level. It doesn't keep going. That is it. That is it. They just... You've got to be kidding me, dude. They didn't even... Yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just lie to you. Not only do they not give you a congratulations, they don't give you credits. They just lie to you. They didn't even change the text. What? What? Why? Did they think nobody would finish the game? I mean, stop the timer, we're done, I guess. But did they think nobody would finish the game? And so they just couldn't be bothered? That is super lame. Well, that's Skateboard Madness Xtreme Edition then, I guess. Yeah, definitely a Phoenix game. That was super budget, but I mean, it's like I was saying before, we've played budget games in this series that were kind of good, you know? Like, we've played budget games, mostly Japanese ones, but also, like, you know, the bike one, Mountain Bike Adrenaline. We've played budget games that were kind of good, and it's like they just didn't have a ton of content, or they were kind of simple or whatever, but what was there was solidly made. This is just like a cheap piece of crap. This is very, I don't know. This is definitely like towards the bottom for me on the extreme list. I mean, I had fun playing it because it's so broken that you can kind of goof around a little bit with it, but like I would never want to play this again. So it's definitely towards the bottom for me, and I feel like just... like, this game did torture my soul less than something like The Simpsons Skateboarding did, but like, The Simpsons Skateboarding is clearly a much more complete game than this, or like, you know, Free Running as well. I'll shout out Free Running as being a game that tortured me for like 11 hours, but Free Running is clearly way, way, way better than this. Like, I don't know, it's really down there with like the Barbie sports game that we played, really the stuff we played last weekend. It's down there with like Barbie Sports and like X-Blades. I think I prefer X-Blades to this. X-Blades Inline Skater for PS1 is kind of better than this.